Currently waiting for all the turkeys to cross the road. Well, there she is, Black Mountain. Now I'm about to get out of the car and step into the very cold outside and get all my gear ready. Alright, finally finishing up Chippewa Trail. This is where I did part of the trail this summer, but now I'm going to finish it. And got off to a little bit of a rocky start because just got out of the car and realized only one pocket had a glove in it. So at some point I dropped a glove. Oh my gosh, there hasn't been any cars this entire time. As soon as I started filming, there were 2 cars. But anyways, dropped a glove somewhere, but the only place I was my house, so I'm hoping it's either in the house or in the driveway because it wasn't in my car that I could see, so the glove will show up. But I had other gloves in my car. They're just not my good like hiking gloves, but I also have mittens. I got my serious mittens on. And my hands usually get pretty hot when I'm hiking, so here it goes. This is the first of the intersections, so here, this way to the kilns, and then the trail heads up to my right. But I'm gonna go check out the kilns. I have no idea what a lime kiln is. I mean, is it even something that's gonna look like anything in the middle of winter? Snow covered? I don't know. We're about to find out. Well, that must be a lime kiln. I was wondering, you know, because I know what a kiln is. And I guess it's just a kiln that's made out of limestone. I'll Google when I get home, but yeah, look at that. Get this little movement here. It is. It's just a kiln made out of limestone. Oh my gosh. Well, that explains everything now. Oh, so cool. All right, there's a little, some benches. Oh, there you go. I didn't even have to Google anything. This is the smaller lime kiln, which I walked right past by the first time because I thought it was just a stone wall. Here I am back on the trail. So I've been really nervous about winter hiking, which is why I haven't been hiking in a couple months, because I didn't know if I was up to it. And it occurred to me, as a downhill skier and avid snowshoer, that winter hiking was literally no different. I don't know why I was so nervous. But so I decided to pick this trail because I knew it was going to be short, and since I've already done part of it before, it would be less intimidating. I kind of knew it, because I was so worried about losing the trail, but as you can see, it's very easy to find because many people have been here before. So we haven't had any fresh snow for a couple days, so this is actually going to turn out to be very nice. I got new crampons on. I got these for my birthday. And I'm looking forward to this. Well, these are the gloves that I had in the car. Real fancy now. Nice little sign. That does make sense. Is it the Kingsbury Chippewa Trail? The Kingsbury Chippewa Forest? Both? What's going on? Go. This sky looks photoshopped. It's so blue. Right behind these trees you can see the summit. I could when I was further back, but I turned a little bit and then the trees blocked it. But if I can this bush just here. Whoa! Alright, now I'm not trying to use snow by going off trail. Whoops. Alright. But yeah, it's going to be beautiful at the top. But it's going to be a short, steep climb. And I remember that. I remember it being very steep. Nothing like some steep bit of hiking to drive home the fact that you've been sedentary for 4 months. I'm feeling it. I'll tell you what. It's good this is a short one, because I'm going to be dying by the time I get to the top. There's going to be a lot of footage from this trip because I have to stop and catch my breath like every 10 feet. Alright, so I just came up there and did this sort of like sharp left turn around this tree. And then the trail continues on here. And I feel like when I ended last time, it was at a sharp left turn. So I think, and I'm like 0.8 miles, 0.7 miles from the summit. So I think this is roughly where it was I turned around. But there's another sharp left turn about 0.1 or miles up ahead. So maybe that's where it is. But I suspect that I think I'm starting to retrace my steps from last time. Looks much different. Except, well, not really, just wider. Yep. So this part definitely looks familiar. Only last time it was pine needles obscuring the way instead of snow. Yep. We're officially back on where we've been before. Let's do it. First lookout point. What mountain is that? Is that Kineo? I think it is. I just check the map. Alright, so I definitely remember this part. Because I remember talking about these blue markers. How they're blue and yellow markers. And I was so confused by them. Because it like was sort of a trail, but not really a trail. In the guidebook, it literally says, do not confuse the blue markers indicating the border of the New Hampshire State Park from the yellow trail markers. I read the trail guide before I came here last time. I must have just skipped that sentence or something because I remember being completely flummoxed by these blue markers that weren't trail markers. And it was in the guide the whole time saying, yep, there's going to be blue markers, just ignore those. In fact, if memory serves, I went down the wrong way. I think I went like down that way because look at, see, there's the blue markers and they continue to go down there. I think I went to that lookout and then went down hill like right there and had so much trouble finding the path. And we were talking about like, how can you tell where the path is? It's because that's not the path. The path went that way. Obviously I got there in the end, but I remember coming up a different way being like, oh, whoops. But that was that. That's how I made that mistake. All right, on to the summit. Here's a great view facing the other way. I was just at a viewpoint on the other side, but I don't think I took any video. I took like 30 million photos though. So I'll have to grab a video maybe when I come back down. And I remember this bit, climbing through some little narrow corridors, which before were with those little like knee-high bushy pine, like tree bushes kind of things. We'll see. Not quite the summit. Just one more viewpoint before that. There's the summit. We're nearly there. Shadow vid. Seriously, this sky looks photoshopped. Crazy blue. Alright, I lied. That's the summit over there. Which is beyond those trees. I have to look out there, but on the other side of the trees, it's just a little bit higher. But, got a great view. And little spider trees. Well, by golly, I've done it. There's the summit. So we'll go all the way up, get some views, maybe have a snack, and then we'll head back down to Limekiln Road. Whoop whoop. Yeah. Here we are on the peak of Black Mountain for the third time. I'm gonna come over here with some bare rocks. I'm gonna sit down. Here's the other part of the summit, site of a former fire tower. Last time I was up here, I ran into someone training for an ultramarathon, and he was wondering what the holes were, and I said there used to be a fire tower here, and he was wondering why the tower was torn down. And I was like, oh, it's probably just because they weren't using it anymore and it was in disrepair, and so they just tore it down. They didn't have to want to maintain it. Whereas he supposed it was because people were falling to death from it. So the truth, I guess we'll never know. But if there was a string of deaths from people falling from fire towers, I feel like that would be recorded somewhere. And just like that, now we're headed back down the mountain. Probably a lot less footage heading down. In fact, I might not record at all. We'll see. Okay. There's the lookout. I forgot to film earlier because I was taking too many pictures. I'm not going to walk out there though. It's just on that little ledge. You get some views. But we've already seen all the views. Alright, so this is the little field I was in before, and I recorded some, but I forgot to look for the cellar hole. There apparently is a cellar hole somewhere in this vicinity. I'm thinking here. It's hard to see a cellar hole when everything's covered in snow, so maybe this is where it is. Seems the most likely spot. I should have just walked a few more feet because there it is. There's the cellar hole. Yep. Cellar hole it is. You're right. I only have like half a mile left, so I'm almost to the car, yay! And I'm gonna be honest, my legs are killing me. I am so out of shape that this is gonna hurt for days. I was so focused on just walking ahead, I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden I looked up and there's the trail. It goes off there. Well, if I hadn't looked up then, I would have ended up back at the kilns.